probably loud. Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt86, and today I'm taking a look at a Decogear chair. Now I guess it's going to be simple to say that I discovered this brand. I tried one thing, I loved it. I tried this, I like it. I don't know if I love it, but it's great, and we're going to get into talking about it. This is the Decogear gaming chair, and while gaming chairs are kind of, you know, maybe not what everybody's looking for, if it is something that you're interested in, this is the Decogear gaming chair, and it was pretty easy build. It's pretty comfortable, and let's talk about that. So the model of this chair is the DGCH01, and I'm assuming the 01 means that it's kind of like the first of its kind. Like they're gonna be maybe 02s and 03s and 04s in the future, but right now this is the one that they're making. So from opening the box to dumping everything out, I mean, I took some time to show the camera certain things close up so that you could see them, kind of what's included. But for the most part, once I started building, we're talking about 18 to 20 minutes. It was the quickest and probably easiest build I ever had, with maybe the exception of putting the back on, and that's with any chair because they've got them cushioned in there and the threads are kind of way down, so they can be a pain to screw in. But for the most part, this chair went together like a beginner Lego set. It felt like it was super easy to put together, and I'm pretty confident in the quality of everything I had. Nothing was missing, nothing was damaged in the box, despite the box having some holes in it because it's difficult for, you know, chairs to ship successfully without getting damaged. But nothing was damaged for once when I got a chair, so there's that. That's pretty cool. But again though, putting this together in 18 to 20 minutes really felt like, it felt too easy almost, and that says something. I mean, it's well thought design, I think, and especially in the instructions, maybe following those helped a little bit too. Had you tried to build it in a different order, it might have gone a little bit slower. It seemed like it was a well thought out little pre-planned design. As far as quality goes, it doesn't feel like it's the same kind of leathery feeling quality that my daily drivers are. I have a Gambius M1 and a Gambius P1, the P1 being the far more luxurious one. And it's that upper echelon of, you know, with the M1 sitting somewhere in the middle on theirs. They also have an E1, I think, which is a little bit on the lower end, more of an economical option. And this one is probably more comparative to what I would say the E1 is. However, putting it together and sitting on it and using it, even the wife sitting in it and saying that, man, this thing's definitely got some quality behind it. And it does. There's some things, like I said, I'm not necessarily a big fan of. The armrests are a good example of that. I think that the skinny kind of armrest is not really my favorite. I sort of got really used to these more soft plastic, more vinyl-y feeling soft. I don't know how to describe them. They're more vinyl-y soft on the M1 and the P1. And these are soft, but they're narrow and still kind of a hard feeling design. So not necessarily amazing. They do lift up and down, and they have a pretty good range. That way if you need to, you know, pull them way up, you can, or if you need to drop them way down to slide it under a desk, you can do that. The stitch work looks good. I didn't see anything frayed. On the Decogear embroidery that's on the back of the chair just behind my head, there was a little bit of a leftover thread. I just cut it with scissors. It seems fine. But as far as inspecting the chair, I didn't notice any major problems or flaws, as if it was poorly quality controlled in the factory before it left. Everything looked great right out of the box. The star base for the wheels is plastic. I don't always like that. I've gotten real used to the metal ones, but I have heard of instances of the metal ones breaking at the weld points on the star, so that's something that, you know, I guess is hard to argue one way or the other. The plastic is probably the better bet. The wheels are a plastic caster. They're nothing super amazing about them. They just kind of feel like your typical everyday wheels. They're not like some, you know, groundbreaking technology. The lumbar pillow and the headrest pillow are a nice inclusion. The lumbar pillow is large, and the pretty generous size makes it fairly comfortable. The gas lift says that it's a 250 pound weight limit. However, it's a class 3 gas lift, which you're looking at more like 450 pounds with that. If you're concerned at all about the gas lift that comes with it, and especially since I'm not really sure which one to believe because they posted in two sections, A, that it's a class 3 gas lift, and B, that it only supports 250 pounds, while a class 3 lift will support up to 450 pounds. So if you're ever concerned about that, you can always get an aftermarket gas lift and set it in there. They're not very expensive. I weigh about 220 pounds. I'm 6'1". I'm sitting in the chair fine and comfortable. I'm pretty confident in its ability to hold. It doesn't go back a full 180 degrees, but it can recline back. If I'm to compare it with the cushioning in it, the cushioning is very bounce back. It's probably cheaper on the inside, or something like the P1 chair that is one of my dailies. That one is very unyieldingly delightful to sit on. Like it's super comfortable and padded. And while this one is about as padded as my much nicer chair, it's not quite the same softness, but it is still very soft. I guess what I'm trying to get at is I imagine that the P1 will hold up or continue to hold up, as we've had it for many a year now, where this one might over a couple years start to not hold up as well. And when it's at its full lift, I can sit on it with my feet on the ground pretty comfortably. If it's all the way down to the ground, as I'm a 6'1", it's a little more uncomfortable to sit like that. It's got a pretty good range for its height adjust. Now, if you change your gas lift, that could change. So if you do change that, keep that in mind. There's no gimmicky frills like a leg rest. There's no RGB lights on this. It is a simple, nice looking stitched design gaming chair. And in my opinion, a pretty good one. So this keeps me happy with what I've been buying from Decogear. For what this is pretty incredible, because I've looked at many a chair in the past, and I would say that this is probably my favorite in that more budgety, economical zone. And this is probably what I would say you probably want to try this one. Guys, I hope this was somewhat helpful, useful, or something to you. Anyways, you guys have a great day, night, whatever it is, and I will see you in the next video that I do.